Has goes crazy over Lady Louise follows Prince Philip's footsteps, got privilege at Westminster Abbey. Lady Louise Windsor continues to follow in her late grandfather's footsteps just days after Prince Philip's Thanksgiving service at Westminster Abbey. Lady Louise is carrying on a passion she shared with the Duke of Edinburgh as she competed in the British Indoor Carriage Driving Championships. The 18-year-old got 6th place in the junior novice division and has also taken part in the Royal Windsor Horse Show. In 2019, Philip proudly watched Louise compete in the private driving singles carriage drive at the Windsor Horse Show, where she won 3rd place. Carriage driving became a great passion of the late Duke, who competed in carriage events in his 80s. In 2017, Philip spoke to ITV about his hobby. "I started driving because I'd been playing polo, and I decided I'd give up polo when I was 50. I was looking around to see what next, I didn't know what there was available. And I suddenly thought, well, we've got horses and carriages, so why don't I have a go? So, I borrowed 4 horses from the stables in London, took them to Norfolk and practised and thought, why not?" Lady Louise has not confirmed yet whether she would like to become a senior royal or not, but an insider said the teenager is likely to continue her studies and go to university, the reports. If she decides to become a senior member of the royal family and take on royal duties, Lady Louise may fill a gap left by Prince Harry, Meghan Markle as well as Prince Andrew. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced they would step down as senior royals in January 2020, and after that they moved to the US, where they now live with their 2 children, Archie and Lilibet. Before that, the Duke of York had announced he would step back from royal duties for the foreseeable future because of the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. The prince was so enthusiastic about his pastime he helped build his own sporting carriage, which he dubbed the Balmoral dog cart. He noted that the carriage had to be rebuilt every year because it got smashed up regularly. It has been reported that Prince Philip left his granddaughter the dark green 4-wheeled carriage along with 2 of his fell ponies in his will in recognition of continuing their shared passion. The carriage featured in the Duke's funeral at Windsor Castle. His cap and gloves were placed on the carriage in the grounds of the castle, and a small red pot could be seen which he used to keep the sugar lumps he gave to his horses after driving. At the funeral, Lady Louise paid tribute to her grandfather and the sport by wearing a brooch with a horse's head and a whip on it. In a documentary on Philip's life, Louise commented, "The Duke of Edinburgh has been so involved in my driving, but it's slightly scary as he invented the sport pretty much. But it's incredible to have learned firsthand from him, and it definitely made us closer, I think." She added, after a competition, he would always ask how it went. His eyes would light up because he would get so excited when he talks about it. The Countess of Wessex said during an interview that her daughter is naturally so good at driving. She really is. It's something that she has taken to very well. Sophie added, "I trail in her wake, frankly." Lady Louise Windsor could replace a void left by Prince Harry when he stepped down as a senior member of the royal family. The Queen's granddaughter turned 18 yesterday and now has the option to choose whether to become a working royal. Her parents, Prince Edward and Sophie Wessex, previously said they would allow their children to decide whether to become senior royals at the age of 18. When Harry, Meghan and Andrew stepped down as senior royals, other members of the firm had to step up and take on extra duties. Lady Louise and her brother last year helped her parents with a beach clean. During an interview last year, her mum Sophie said Louise and her brother James, Viscount Severn, have HRH titles, but it is highly unlikely they will decide to start using them, as they will prefer to stay as private as possible.